So, coffee people, this is Mike Kennedy again, Conway Road Coffee Roasters, Van Wert, Ohio. This is part two of our series on why different coffees taste different. Again, customers tell us all the time, or ask us all the time, why do all the coffees that you bring in taste different? In part one, we talked about the different varietals or the types of coffee plants. In this video, we're going to talk about how elevation affects the flavor of the coffees. Elevation is broken down into categories here. Category one is ultra high, that's 6,000 feet above sea level. Um, then high elevation, which is 4,500 to 6,000 feet. Medium high elevation, which is 3,500 to 4,500 feet. And then medium elevation, which is 2,000 to 3,500 feet above sea level. Okay, these ultra high elevation coffees, you get a lot of these from Ethiopia, from Africa, from Guatemala. Uh, give you some examples. Ethiopia, Yirgacheffe, if you're a coffee person, that rings familiar to you. Kenya double A, those are super high elevation coffees. Um, and Guatemala Antigua is also one. Now, why does that affect the flavor? Because the temperatures are cooler, you get intense sun, and there's dramatic temperature shifts between day and night. The flavors, you end up with a wine-like or citrusy flavor because of the bright acidity. Floral notes, you find some interesting ones, and these aren't all of them, but jasmine, tea rose, bergamot, a tea-like body that's light, delicate, and complex. You can also get the citrus brightness. You see these often in these coffees: lemon, lime, grapefruit, and some other citrus flavors that are really good. And then you get a refined sweetness like honey or sugarcane. Now, why does this affect the flavor? You get because at the higher elevations with the temperature swings, the cooler temperatures, um, the coffee cherries develop more slowly. And when that happens, the beans, which are actually seeds inside, take a little bit longer to fully develop and ripen, and they become much more ready, so to speak, for to produce a great coffee. Um, Also, you get intense UV from the sun, plus the cool air, and you end up with really concentrated flavors. So with this one, super high elevation coffees, that's why they taste different. Now for the medium, I'm sorry, the high elevation ones, 4,500 to 6,000 feet. You see these a lot in Costa Rica, Colombia, Panama. It's mountain climate with good draining soil and consistent temperatures. The flavor fingerprint, you get a balanced acidity here as opposed to the high acidity or the bright acidity in the ultra high elevation ones. So it's there, but it's not overwhelming. It doesn't present a bold or a more full flavored, full bodied coffee. You do get full flavors, but it's not so full bodied that the acidity is not overwhelming. You see a lot of stone fruit flavors. That's any fruit that's got a pit inside, like peach, apricots, and cherry. A cherry flavor note in coffee is really good. If you've never had it, it's really good. You also get milk chocolate. We see that a lot. Very smooth, refined chocolate notes. And when I say flavor notes, I don't mean that chocolate's in there or grapes in there or orange or whatever. It just means it reminds you of that. Some part of what you're tasting reminds you of milk chocolate or whatever the flavor note is. You also get nutty undertones like almond and hazelnut. A very clean finish, clear, lasting aftertaste. It's very pleasant. It'll sit on the tongue very nicely. So why are high elevations, 4,500 to 6,000 feet? Why does that affect the flavor of the coffee? You end up with a perfect balance of temperature, stress, and growing time. Okay, so you get this harmony that's really perfect. The conditions come together so well, they really round out the coffee. All right, so let's move on to high or medium high altitude coffees and how medium high altitudes affect the flavor of the coffee. Give you some examples first. Brazil Cerrado. We use Brazil Cerrado. We have it as a single origin. It's in one of our blends. Very good. Nicaragua La Bastilla. That was an origin of the month that we brought in, gosh, I don't know, last year sometime. Fantastic coffee. And Honduras, strictly hard bean or strictly altitude or high grown coffees. Um, Up there, you get stable growing conditions and good sun exposure. Now, what do these medium to high altitude coffees taste like? What should you expect? Very chocolate forward, dark chocolate, cocoa powder, very prominent flavor notes, caramel sweetness. You often see brown sugar, maple syrup, flavors like that, sweetness like that. A medium body, so very easy to drink, full mouth feel, but it's not heavy. You also get a nutty richness, which is like uh, walnuts, roasted almonds, and a balanced profile. You get a lot of flavor notes in these coffees, but no single flavor note dominates. It's very very good. Ideal growing conditions, and you really get that classic coffee character. You certainly know you're drinking coffee, and coffee growth at medium high elevations. It's very good. Let's go with medium altitudes. This is 2,000 to 3,500 feet above sea level. Some examples, Sumatra Mandheling, Indian Monsoon Malabar, Brazil Goldcrest. You get these elevations in all these different countries. It's not one particular country or region of the world. Why? Because it's warmer. The climate down there is different. It's more humid and you get long growing seasons. What should you expect flavor wise? Syrupy mouth feel. It means it's very smooth and creamy kind of in your mouth. Fantastic. You also start to see earthy notes. Um, Sometimes you get. I've never seen one with forest floor as an earthy note, but I have seen leather, tobacco, flavor notes like that. So really get those earthy flavor notes. There's also uh, herbal undertones, tobacco, cedar, and spice. We see these a lot in the Indian coffees because those are also with um, intercropped with spices. Dark chocolate, a little bit bittersweet, but that's not unpleasant like any dark chocolate. Very robust flavor, and you also get the lower acidity coffees. Very smooth, very mellow. So at the medium elevations, the warmer temperatures plus the humidity really gives the body of the coffee a lot of character.